Louisiana beer reviews. Here we are. It's almost 8 a.m. and we're looking at Great Lakes Brewing Company's Edmund Fitzgerald Porter. I have had other Great Lakes beers. Well, I actually picked some up when I was on a road trip 2 years ago when I drove to Cleveland, Ohio, and Detroit, Michigan, and some other places. But I don't think I actually bought the Edmund Fitzgerald in Cleveland itself, but it was in Ohio, I'm pretty sure. This is 6% alcohol and has 37 international bitterness units. And this was given to me by Pete Whalen and his brothers. Thank you, Pete. And brothers, I appreciate it. Look at all this condensation coming off of this beer and this heat, this humidity. They use Harrington 2-row base malt, Crystal 77, chocolate, and roasted barley. Northern Brewer, Willamette, and Cascade are the hops. Gets a world-class score on Beer Advocate. World-class, the highest possible score. The bros say it's world-class. They're basically saying it's perfect. Rate Beer only gives it a 99 out of 100. But a 100 out of 100 for the style. It's won 5 medals, silver and gold, at the Great American Beer Festival in Denver, Colorado. So this is a new one for me down here, established in 1988. Now they said on the, somewhere I read, they said this beer has been out since 87. So maybe they were producing it at home before they actually launched the brewery. Named after the ship that wrecked in 1975. In the Great Lakes. So I've been to I've been to Cleveland twice. 2004 for the Indians game. Look at that little toad. And in 2014 for a revisit of Cleveland to the Indians game. But I walked around Cleveland all day because the first time we just literally parked, watched the game, and left. It was very interesting to see downtown. Kind of a thin beige head. I see some bubbles. The light is pretty strong there coming up in the sky. I see a lot of fierce bubble streams. It's dark brown, but I see ruby. I'm picking up some little ruby notes as the light hits it. And now when I hold it right up into the light, I can see a shadow of my finger through it, so it's not as opaque. It just looks like a ruby red beer with that light hitting it. Wish you could be standing behind the camera and looking at it like I am. So, ruby slippers, like in The Wizard of Oz, the movie, 1939. Interestingly, most people don't know this, the slippers were in the book, L. Frank Baum's book, 1900. In 1900, the slippers were silver. They were changed for the movie. A lot of things were changed for that movie. Going on, irrelevant to this. But yeah, it was silver slippers. At least they did show for a moment the cap that you had to wear to get the winged monkeys under your control. They showed the witch holding that cap. And if you know anything about the book, that's why the monkeys were clapping when the witch was killed. They weren't really happy to be under her control, but they were compelled by the hat. Smells really nice. It's roasted. It's like softly roasted though. It's not a burnt smell. It's coffee, chocolate, rich. Now I had the Kalamazoo Porter. Or is that a stout? Well, a stout is a type of porter, right? A stronger porter. Kalamazoo. Yeah, I had Bell's Porter 5.6 and Kalamazoo Stout. The Kalamazoo, I thought that was an A, most excellent, okay? So it's bread. People say, you always say bread. I don't know how to describe beer that well. I mean, you probably noticed that. So I'm just thinking of things that it seems to smell like. Because if I say it smells like beer, you say, what do you mean it smells like beer? So it's hard to give a good description, I think. There were so many video reviews for this beer, it took me days to watch them. And they were almost 100% positive. I noticed some people like Chad, Albino Rhino, said he didn't find it was like a true porter. Okay. Yeah, the flavor is rich. Like I say, rich malts, bready, coffee, some chocolate, some char, but not really burnt. Some of these things, they'll taste burnt. It's like, I don't want to drink something that tastes burnt. The mouth feels not heavy, but it's high, medium. The finish is medium dry, sort of powdery, and it's easy going. Fuller's Porter is very good. The Cinnabarkoff Porter from Finland is so fantastic. That's a Carlsberg here. The Russian beers from Carlsberg. Baltica Porter is pretty good. Nothing like this though. Not up to this level. And I think this beer is pretty inexpensive. Relatively inexpensive. I remember buying the single, the one or two singles I bought in Cleveland, or I mean in Ohio. They weren't expensive. I just kept stopping along the highway and going in just various grocery stores like IGA and buying stuff. Some of it was good, and others weren't too good, like the Straub. That stuff was not too good. But I was driving from Pittsburgh, and I took this old Highway 14, State Highway, Ohio State Highway. I wasn't in a rush, so I just took it, just driving along, going through every little town, and went right into Cleveland, literally into Cleveland, and I was able to park next to this big bunch of buildings. I could tell you the street if you needed to know. And it was free parking all day. There was no meter. All day, free. Made a huge circuit of the city, just walking around. And went to the game and walked back to my car, made a little U-turn, and right on the interstate, off to the hotel. So it was so convenient, believe me. I have found out that I can park in almost every city I've been to for free. I mean, it takes a little work, I guess, but I mean, I've gone to the Mets game, parked for free. Had to walk, but if you get there early enough, go to Chinatown, eat, walk, no big deal, just walk. Wouldn't necessarily do that at night, but day game, fine. Yankees, same thing. I mean, you might want to take the elevated train for that. That's a little. I did walk there once from the hotel. I was thinking, you might get killed today. But White Sox, I've parked for free and walked. Dodgers, yep. Phillies. Could have done it for Pittsburgh Pirates, but I didn't like the area. I said, this does not look good. I'm going to pay. Paid a very low price. Okay, enough of that. I mean, I could go on and on. Believe me, I could go on and on. Brewers. Very interesting. But I don't want to say too much because then I'll go next time and people will know about it and they'll take all the spots, right? Marlins. Tampa Bay Rays. Many times. Washington Nationals. So easy. Yeah, there's a rumor you cannot park in Washington, D.C. for free. Oh, yeah? Come ride with me, and we'll park right around the corner from the Jefferson Monument all day for free. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Yep, for free. It's legal. True story. This is really good. World class. I don't know about this world class. What is this world class? This is not like, oh, I can't believe it. It's so wonderful. I have a whole six-pack. Thank you, Pete and brothers. I mean, but it's, I'm talking about parking because I can't think of anything negative to say about it, right? Cincinnati Reds. Yep, easy. New Orleans Saints, I mean, please, you think I'm going to park to go see the Saints? That will never happen. I mean, I'm not paying to do that when I can park for free. All right, This is really good. In fact, it's outstanding. I'm going to say A. Let me walk that back. I'm going to say A. I was going to go A plus, but you know, it just is mostly regular craft beer, which is not a criticism. Yeah, okay, A. It's most excellent. If you want to buy a most excellent porter for not a high price, get this. If you want something to blow your socks off figuratively, I don't know if it's going to do that. To me, it didn't do that, but it's an A. It's a solid, most excellent beer, okay? If you want to park for free at a Major League Baseball game, contact me privately and I'll tell you what to do. All right, even the Red Sox, yeah, but got to do a night game for that, I think. Y'all come on down to New Orleans.